I just wanted to come to you with one of my redneck topics. See here, I have my trusty staff, walking stick, whatever you call it. I don't carry it with me to make me feel cool or like a real goat farmer or a shepherd, but I do carry it with me to make me feel cool and feel like a real goat shepherd. Also, I can do the "you shall not pass." Goats better watch it. I'll be shall not passing them. But anyway, no, I was just going to bring you a thought that I was having about a couple verses. Again, tying in nature with our Creator. These are a couple of things that I feel like the Lord's teaching me and showing me again. But He talks about in that one verse where he says, how many of you, if you had 100 sheep and lost one, would not go after leave the 99 and go and find the one. And now I'm like, yeah, I would. I'd go find that one because I love my goats. My chickens. I go searching for my chickens if I miss one. Any of you chicken owners out there, you understand. Well, maybe you understand. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not good at it because I'm very early in this. But anyway, but I was like, yeah, I'd go searching for them. And then he goes on to say in that passage, he says, and then how many of you, if you had 10 coins, and if you lost one, well, not go searching for that? In today's terminology, if you had $100 or had $1,000, would not go searching for that $100 bill. I would, because your boy is broke. Anyway, but it's talking about the things that we find important, and that if we lose, we go and try to get them. And then we can also wrap that up into like the prodigal son, how he ran away. And he's afar off, and he spent all of his inheritance, spent every bit of what his father had given him, his assignment here on this earth. Thought he screwed it up and squandered it. And I think about the other passages where Jesus relates how if God, sees the sparrow that falls, he sees the sparrow that falls, how much more will he not see you? Something, of that variation. The other verses about how God takes care of the lilies. He waters the lilies, and he waters the grass, and he takes care of our squirrels, and they're not worried about what they're going to eat. And then it goes on to say, and how much more does the Heavenly Father love you? There's another verse that says, who among you, their child asks uh, for fish or something like that, and give him a scorpion? And then how much more would your Heavenly Father not give you good gifts? I think the church isn't totally bad, but the messengers have done a pretty bad job, myself included, of not relaying the father figure that God is. And we just make him God. We make him something that's very distant. We say, come to the altar, come to him. But then our words reflect something totally different. And he's not somebody that we can come to. He's a father that's angry and harsh and coarse and rigid. Man. And that's not the way that he is. You see, our father, like the one with the prodigal son, the father seen the son afar off, and he ran to him, and he said, get me the fatted calf, bring me a robe, and put a ring on my son's hand. Didn't say, oh, you squandered it. You threw off your inheritance, go work with the slaves. He said, come back and be with me. Like I would say to these goats, if they're sick and they're hurting, come back, come here. Let me take care of you. Let me love on you. Let me sweeten you up. Do what I got to do to get you back and healthy. And how much more would I do that for my daughter? Because I love my girls more than anything on this planet. And I couldn't imagine them being lost, and not just being lost, knowing that they're lost, and the reason that they're lost is because they think that I wouldn't take them back because of something that they've done. I would be a failure as a father if that's the way that I thought. That's not the way our God is. He's not that way. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to portray him as an everything's okay kind of God. That's not the way I see it. There's rules in Dad's house. That's kind of how I see it right now. My understanding, my limited understanding. That's where I'm at. Is I don't have to know everything. I just need to keep going back to him. And some of you out there, you've been away from him for way too long. You've been running from him for too long. And like the good shepherd, he wants you to come back. And even more so, like a good father who misses their son and their daughter, he wants you to come back. So this is my plea to you. Stop running and come back to him in whatever state you're in. In whatever state you're in. If you're strung out on drugs right now, come back to him. If you're high right now watching this, come back to him. If you're drunk right now, come back to him. If you just got done watching a girl on TikTok or on Cornhub, no matter what position you are in at this moment right now, if you say, Lord Father, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, but I am approaching you. I'm reaching out to you for help. My Creator, I'm broken, I'm messed up, I'm hurting, I'm whatever it is, whatever you're dealing with. Just talk to him. Talk to him. And then it don't have to be nothing fancy, man. I'm a redneck. I'm a redneck to the hill. It don't have to be nothing fancy. He understands. He understands English. He understands the Spanish, French. He understands all of it. So, but hope this was encouraging, and I love you guys. And if you need prayer or you need somebody to talk to, just reach out to me. I'm not good at responding, but I will do my very best. Love you guys, and so does Jesus. So does God.